tell us a little bit about your experience on Loki. Like, this just came out recently, so you're probably still kind of tired.
Yeah. I'm just now recovering from, this came out a couple months ago, but the show was really interesting to work on. There was, there was some stuff that you have to refer back to old movies or episodes of other things because, like, for instance, the Tesseract, that was something that's been developed, in all the Avengers movies and everything. So you still have to think about how it worked before and then how to improve on it. So before, I think they had like an actual like light bulb inside of a cube, and they were, they added effects with that, but they didn't like that it was so large. So they wanted to have more flexibility in how you actually, you would have all this like really swirly stuff around the base light. They wanted to be able to like change that size. So they wound up doing, most of it in effects and then coming through lighting and then into comp. But like there were things like that where you had to, still base off reference that we already had from previous shows. And then there was new stuff, like completely new environment, TVA. And that was a huge environment. That was changing before I left. And that was when the show was due, like, 3 weeks later. and they were still changing it. Yeah, so...
That makes me so stressed. Just hearing stories like that is always just like, oh, man, yeah. Do you have any, like, funny memories from that show, like, aside from all the hard work and crazy hours? Do you have, like, a funny story to tell us, or, like, something weird that happened, or you're like, oh,
there's one. So Pompeii, the volcano blows up in the background. So in the background, it's all blue screen. Like, it's up to the first building, and then everything after that is all CG. The funny part about this is that on set, there was a giant light on the left, a giant light on the right, and the actual sun. So they changed the direction of the sun multiple times because there's 3 different lightings and you're outside. So the sun should be the only light.
Oh, they shot it outside too. Oh my god, yeah.
Yes. So the lighting in that scene changed about 30 times. Like, we're like, oh, what about the light here? Let's change, from the left side it's being lit now, and then we're like, no, let's try on the right side, and then it was just like a wedge, like all the way across. Like, okay, where do we want the actual sun to be? And yeah, so that was a fun section of the show.
No big deal, just controlling the sun.
Yeah, so you have to, like, that's the crazy part too, is you have to not only change it in the CG, but then you have to change it in the plate to make up for the fact that the sun is not there.
Well, it's like one of those things that must just sound so wild to people who have never worked in the industry or on something like this large scale. Like, the things that we do and like visual effects to just for someone to like watch a scene and not even think twice about it.